Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brooke. After months of staying for Ridge to take her back, Brooke eventually has to face the fact that he isn't going to leave Taylor. Will she fall off the cart in the process? Brooke has been in denial for a while now. Just a many days agone, Brooke was boasting to her family Katie that she had a real connection with Ridge and his reunion with Taylor is fake and means nothing. Katie tried to advise her aged family that might not be the case, but Brooke likes to learn facts the hard way. We confirmed there's a Ridge and Taylor marriage in the workshop, and Ridge accepted Taylor's cringy offer and ring. When Brooke learns that Ridge is getting wedded, and it's not to her, you know what's going to hit the addict. Every time Brooke gets her heart broken, it generally coincides with the lingerie model falling off the cart and drowning her sorrows in booze. Ridge's rival and family Nick is back in city and he'll be eager to give Brooke a shoulder to cry on. Will Nick be suitable to distract Brooke and move her that there's further to life than being with Ridge Forrester? Nick might indeed find Brooke getting ready to drink and move her not to give up her sobriety. Luna will spark further enterprises when she slips through the bobbies. Fritters following the sting operation. Luna will offer an portentous indication to Sheila, who'll solicitude this could be the end of the road for Steffi if she does end act presto. At the Sand House, Luna will seek Hayes out again since he'll be there for his art program. Hayes will end up bringing a present reverse to the precipice house that alarms Steffi and Taylor a little latterly. Since all the Luna mayhem will take center stage, Steffi would like the fact that Taylor and Ridge engagement isn't being duly celebrated. Nonetheless, Steffi will have more important matters to worry about after Luna uses Ms. Dillon to summon her to the Sand House. Luna will tie Hayes' schoolteacher up ahead of her sweepstakes with Steffi and hold Finn woman at gunpoint once she walks in. Back with Sheila, she'll talk Taylor into giving her some critical Steffi word, which will lead her to the Sand House soon after. Just when it looks like Steffi might suck the dust, Sheila will barge in and supplicate Luna not to do this. Steffi should be taken suddenly as Sheila gets her redemption and rescues her from a dangerous situation. Will there be a struggle over the gun in the end? Could Sheila be the bone? Who gets shot rather of Steffi? Over with Liam, he'll have further excrescence drama to contend with since Dr. Grace will give him some sad news regarding his condition. It'll come more important than ever for Liam to savor the time he has left and try to make redundant recollections with his daughters, Kelly and Beth. Liam will partake a bittersweet moment with Hope as well, but they'll ultimately talk to Ridge about their Steffi enterprises with Luna on the loose. The fate of Sheila coming to Steffi's deliverance. Still, Steffi may rush to stop the bleeding until she can get some medical help, if Sheila takes a pellet. Luna might try to make a break for it again, only to be stopped by Chief Bradley and his platoon of officers. Nick will do whatever he can to help mend Brooke's broken heart. Now that Ridge is engaged to Taylor, Brooke may eventually open herself up to the possibility of a real Nick reunion. Sheila learning what Will did to Luna. When Luna goes on the run after realizing she had been set up by Will, does she end up turning to her grandmother for help? Is that how Sheila learns what happened to Luna? Sheila tells Deacon that all Spencer men are the same. After all, she fell for Bone Bill tricks when all he was doing was trying to entrap her the same way. Now, Luna is in the same dilemma and Sheila has to decide whether to help her or not. She advised Luna to just leave city and not involve herself with Will or Finn lives any longer. She also ordered her to leave Steffi alone, but she just couldn't do it. This angers Sheila, but Luna is her granddaughter, and she feels she needs to help a girl in need. Luna is over to further no good than Sheila can indeed imagine. Is Luna about to put her plan into action and go after Hayes? Ridge knows he has to tell Brooke about his engagement to Taylor one of these days, so there's no time like the present. He may as well get it over with. The thing is, Brooke formerly knows because Nick couldn't stay to tell her everything he heard at Il Giardino. Brooke has had time to absorb this new information. It was devastating for her to hear, but she picked herself up and let Nick flatter her so that her pride wasn't too bruised. Where will she be by the time Ridge gets to her? Will she show her strength or cheapen herself again by soliciting Ridge to break effects off with Taylor and come home to her? Perhaps it's time to let a man who wants her and only her into her life. Brooke's heartbreak and Luna catching on to Will's shady scheme. Poor Brooke reeled from Nick's news. Ridge, engaged? Her Ridge? She couldn't believe it. Nick gave her the details about Taylor proposing and Ridge slipping her old ring onto her cutlet. Sorry, sweetie pie, the man you want doesn't want you back. Not presently. Brooke was virtually beside herself, especially when Nick gave her a play-by-play and told her everything that happened at Il Giardino. While Nick's tale was heartbreaking for Brooke, she did find a shaft of stopgap when she learned Ridge dithered for an alternate when Taylor brought up marriage. Nick stomped out that light by reminding her that Ridge only broke for a bare moment before choosing Taylor in a veritably real way. Face it, Brooke, the man is getting wedded and it's not to you. Nick prompted Brooke to give up on her partner and choose herself. Choose happiness. Choose him. Nick decided also, and there he wasn't going back to Italy. He was staying right then to help Brooke heal her heart and reclaim her life. A life without Ridge and his mess. Ridge and Taylor lolled in the gleam of their engagement. His ring was back on her cutlet and they were both pleased. Or, at least Ridge told himself he was pleased. His long ganders into the void spoke louder than his words. Taylor didn't notice, however. She was too busy cozying up and riding her pink pall. So much so, she indeed started smoothly planning the marriage. Wouldn't their granddaughter make a lovable flower girl? Yes. Yes, she would, Ridge agreed. They couldn't bandy promises without agitating Brooke, however. Taylor knew their impending espousal would shoot her rival into a breakdown and she surely would not be happy. She's fought hard to get his attention and Taylor was sure she wasn't done yet. Taylor also bothered about Ridge's youthful son. They weren't sure RJ would give his blessing, moreover. Eventually, they agreed Ridge demanded to be the one to tell RJ and Brooke. Especially Brooke. They didn't want her hail it from anyone but him. Whoops, they were too little too late. The Cliff House crew sat and watched as Will pushed as numerous buttons as he could to get Luna to confess her plan. They were agitated when she repeated her intention to get relief of Steffi formerly and for all. Still, simply wanted her gone wasn't enough for Baker to jump into action. He demanded more. He demanded details. And, sorely, Luna was over-talking about it. Rather, she wanted to talk about Will and why he was really there. Luna called Will out and asked if he was intruding with her. Will tried to explain he was there because he and Luna broke up, but Luna wasn't naive. She knew if he wanted her as much as she wanted him they wouldn't be talking right now. With that, she went to rip his shirt open to get effects started, but rather of turning up the heat, she set up a line strapped to his casket. As you can anticipate, she absolutely lost it. Over at the Cliff House, Baker called for back over, incontinently. Will was holding his own while the bobbies were rushing to the scene. Sorely, they weren't presto enough. Luna, trapped and possessed, seized her gun and started signaling it around. Ridge arrives at Forrester Creations and sees Nick with Brooke. He's surprised by his return and wonders why he's there. Steffi and Taylor are at the Sand House talking about Hayes' art program. They sputter about Liam helping out and Taylor notes Electra's help is also inestimable. Steffi agrees and says she's relieved her children are now in a safe place. Taylor asks how Steffi is doing with all that's going on with Liam. She says it doesn't feel real. Liam is dying, which makes her feel both angry and sad. Steffi says Liam is facing his death judgment with so important courage. Luna watches as the schoolteacher addresses to the children. Before he goes and Hayes runs off to snare Commodity. As he searches, Luna approaches with a gift for him.